Hey guys, it's Faith. Tate and I had some technical difficulties today, as always we do on Mondays for some reason. So our show is going to be a little shorter today, so we apologize for that. But you guys make sure to tune in tomorrow, and hopefully the show will go swimmingly, and that you guys can check out the entirety of our hour show. So sorry for the inconvenience, but thank you guys so much for your views and support. So LeBron James reaches 40,000 points to extend his NBA career scoring record. LeBron James reached 40,000 points Saturday night, still going strong in his 21st NBA season as he tries to put his career scoring record out of reach. James drove past Michael Porter Jr. and hit a layup with 10 minutes and 39 seconds left in the second quarter of the Los Angeles Lakers' 124-114 loss to the Denver Nuggets for the historic basket. Being the first player to do so, it's pretty cool in this league, just knowing the history, the greats that come through the league, and then you see some of the greats on the floor tonight. It was great to compete, James said. But for me, the main thing, as always, is to win, and I hated that it happened in defeat. James did it in 1,475 regular season games, reaching double-digit points in each of the last 1,205 of them. He was largely avoided major injuries in that time, while also playing another 3.5 seasons worth of games in the playoffs en route to 4 titles and 10 NBA Finals appearances, all of with unfathomable pressure placed on him to be the next transcendent player before ever stepping on the court as a professional. James' relentless march saw him pass the previous record of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 38,387 points on February 7th, 2023 against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Wow. Okay. So, as I mentioned, I didn't have any notes, but I don't really need any notes on this one. When you look at the fact that LeBron has done something again that no man has ever done, is just absolutely amazing. When you think about the fact that I thought 40,000 points at one point in time, I remember being younger and Kareem, passing Wilt Chamberlain, which, I was a kid then. And no one thought anyone could ever pass Wilt. And I remember when he passed him and, it was like, there's no way, and Kareem played and it was like 38,000 is just like the unreachable number. No one's ever going to pass 38,000, and then you look at LeBron, and I know there's so many people have such strong feelings about LeBron, but LeBron has been the model citizen. He donates a lot of time and his time and money to the kids. He has a school in Akron. He has done so much, but he gets so much heat, and everyone keeps moving the bar on him. Is he the greatest of all time? Well, he'll never reach Michael Jordan. I heard a guy say there's nothing he could do to pass Michael Jordan. It's like nothing he could do. The fact, if you can say there's nothing he can do to pass Michael Jordan, that instantly means you're biased. I think, if you have that mindset, then there's nothing that anyone can do in your eyes to pass Michael Jordan. When I tell you, you take Kareem's record, which was thought of as something that could never be passed, and you take a LeBron James, who was not known as a scorer. LeBron has been in this league this whole time, and no one thinks of LeBron as a scorer. Matter of fact, he used to get so much heat because he was a pass-first player all the time. They used to talk about how he's such a pass-first player, but yet he has scored more points than any player in the history of basketball. Make that soak in. This pass-first player has now scored more points than anyone else in the history of basketball. Did the impossible. 40,000 points. This is something that if everyone checked their biasness, this puts him in a class of one. No one else is, not even Kareem, not Bill Russell, not Michael Jordan. You can take the greatest scorers of all time. They're thousands of points away from LeBron. Here's an interesting fact. This is just this, so you can understand faith, not meaning that the meaning that you don't understand, but just meaning at the huge task that LeBron has done. 28 points a game is you're an elite all-star player. You're gonna make hundreds of millions of dollars if you're averaging 28 points a game. If you're scoring 28 points a game, you're an all-star, you're an elite player. Now, let's say you're playing 70 games a year. That means, you're durable and you're efficient. You are the best of the best. You can play 70 games and you can score at a high clip, which makes you one of the 15 best players in the world. Guess what, Faith? If that guy came into the league right now and he was scoring 28 points a game, guaranteed to do 70 games a year, it would take him 20 years to equal what LeBron has done. Equal. Most players don't even last 10 years in the league or 5 years in the league. And you're saying you're going to have to last, 2 careers worth of scoring at a very, very high level just to be considered to equal what LeBron has done. Now, LeBron, and if you saw a guy that was averaging 28 points a game, you'd say that's a guy that's a scorer. No one's looked at LeBron as a scorer. And then, the big thing is the great Michael Jordan. And, and everyone loves Michael Jordan. And I'm not trying to throw shade at Jordan. But if you went through when Jordan was going through and, he got older and he had to retire and was the Wizards. But if you took Jordan and you found the fountain of youth and turned the clock back and said, Jordan, you can go back to your old level and you can play. He would have to play for almost 8 years to catch LeBron. So he's already had his career, retired, came out of retirement, retired again, and then would have to come out of retirement again and would have to play almost 8 years just to equal LeBron. 8 years, that's an entire career. Most people don't even have 8 years in the NBA. So when you start looking at what LeBron has done, when it's all said and done, no one's ever going to score more points than him. No, he's going to be top 2 or 3, make 1, 2, or 3 in all-time assists. He's already one of the, a multiple-time champion, a multiple-time MVP. And, a person who has been, focused on the community and helping others. I don't know anyone who's had a better career than LeBron. And so I think the world should give him his flowers today because of the fact that he's done something that he is a member of one. No one has ever done 40,000 points in a season. And even when you look at Victor Wembanyama, who is just lighting the world up, and his future looks so bright, he would have to average 28 points a game and play for the next 20 years. And Wembanyama is in the league. This is his first year. I don't expect Wembanyama to be playing at 44. In the year 2044, I don't expect Victor Wembanyama to be playing basketball. I hope he is, but the odds of that is slim and none. So, and then some other things. LeBron has, and the NBA has been around for almost getting close to that century mark. LeBron has played with 1/3 of all the players who have ever played in the NBA. LeBron has played with them. He's playing with, hey, he played against the dad, and now he's playing against the son. Now, normally when you look at a player of that's you find an older guy in the league, and it's like, oh, grandpa's in the league, he's still playing. He's coming off the bench, he's scoring 5-6 points a game. No one has done it at this age, at this level. And LeBron's one of the 5 best players in the league right now at 40, 39, almost 40. It's just unreal. So you look at when you say the great scores, you say right out the gate, you say Jordan, you say Kobe, you go James Harden, you go Wilt Chamberlain, you go Kareem. You look at the greatest scorers of all time, and you're saying these guys, Dr. J, and keep on down the line, Larry Bird. And LeBron has scored more points than all of them. All of them. LeBron has played longer than all of them, at a higher level than all of them. When people sit there and they just say, he can't be considered the greatest of all time. If you can't step back at least for a second and be like, well, it's a great argument. Jordan was amazing, but man, LeBron, longevity, championships, 40,000, this, and this. The fact that if anyone comes in with nope, he's not in there, if you don't take a second to even consider LeBron, you're biased. You are flat out biased. And I am not a giant LeBron, fan. I'm a Magic and Kobe fan, if you want to know the truth. But I cannot deny what Kareem has done and what LeBron has done. Just like I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I'm a Dan Marino, Peyton Manning fan. But you can't argue when you look at what he's done. If you can't step back and look at the full body of work and just be amazed by what these guys have done, then you're biased. It's impressive. What he has done has been a thing, to be admired. And he's probably the most criticized player in the NBA. And it's a shame. Because whether you're, I don't dislike LeBron. I'm not a giant LeBron fan, but I respect what he has done. I'm a LeBron fan because of how much respect I have for what he's accomplished on the court and off the court. So that's all I'm saying on that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to